a young woman whose life was changed forever in a single, horrifying moment in 2008. Her name has become synonymous with survival, resilience, and courage. But behind the public image lies a painful reality, a story of violence, betrayal, and an acid attack that shocked the world. Katie Piper was born in Andover, Hampshire, in 1983. She grew up with dreams just like anyone else. She wanted to build a career, explore life, and create her own path. By her mid-20s, she had begun modeling and working as a budding TV presenter. She had ambition, energy, and hope for the future. But everything changed when she met a man named Daniel Lynch. At first, Lynch seemed charming. He was confident, attentive, and appeared to care for her. But beneath that exterior lay a deeply controlling, violent, and dangerous individual. Within weeks of their relationship starting, Katie began to see glimpses of his darker side. What she did not know then was that meeting him would set into motion one of the most brutal crimes Britain had ever seen. On the 29th of March 2008, Katie's nightmare began. Lynch subjected her to a horrific ordeal. He locked her in a room, raped her, beat her, and threatened to kill her. Traumatized and terrified, Katie eventually managed to escape. But her ordeal was not over. In fact, it was only the beginning. Lynch, consumed by rage and a need to control, plotted his revenge. He called upon an accomplice, Stefan Sylvester, and together they planned an attack that would leave Katie scarred for life. 2 days later, on the 31st of March 2008, Katie Piper walked down a street in Golders Green, North London. She had no idea that Sylvester was waiting for her, holding a cup filled with concentrated sulfuric acid. In an instant, he flung the contents at her face. The liquid burned her skin immediately, melting flesh, searing her eyes and causing unimaginable pain. Katie's vision blurred, her face began to peel away, and the agony was beyond words. She stumbled into a nearby cafe, screaming for help as her skin blistered and fell away in pieces. Passers-by tried to help, but acid is a cruel weapon. Water only spreads it further. Every second it remained on her face meant more damage, more destruction. By the time paramedics arrived, Katie was already disfigured for life. She was rushed to Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, where doctors to save her. Among them was surgeon Mohammed Ali Jawad, who would later become central to her medical journey. He performed a groundbreaking operation using a skin substitute called Matriderm. At the time, it was the first of its kind in the UK. Katie was placed in an induced coma for 12 days while doctors fought to stabilize her condition. The damage was catastrophic. Katie was left partially blind in one eye, with severe burns to her face, chest, and hands. The attack had destroyed her natural appearance and left her facing years of painful surgeries. Over time, she would undergo more than 400 operations, ranging from skin grafts to complex facial reconstructions. Even today, she continues to receive regular treatments for her eyes, nose, and throat. The physical pain was only part of her suffering. Emotionally, Katie was devastated. She had been a confident young woman, comfortable in front of cameras, proud of her independence. Now she felt trapped in a body she no longer recognized. The mirror became a source of agony. Strangers stared at her on the street, and for a time she wondered whether life was even worth living. But Katie Piper was not prepared to give up. Instead of hiding away, she chose to speak out. She waived her legal right to anonymity, determined to ensure her story would help others. In 2009, Channel 4 released a documentary called Katie, My Beautiful Face. Millions of viewers watched as Katie bravely shared her journey, her pain, and her determination to live again. The documentary changed the conversation around acid attacks in Britain. Meanwhile, justice was being served. Daniel Lynch, the man who orchestrated the attack, was sentenced to 2 life terms with a minimum of 16 years before parole. His accomplice, Stefan Sylvester, was sentenced to life with a minimum of 6 years. Sylvester was released in 2018, but later recalled to prison in 2022 after breaching license conditions. For Katie, the sentences brought a degree of justice, but no punishment could ever undo the damage. What had been taken from her could never be fully restored, yet she refused to let her attackers define her. In the years that followed, Katie rebuilt her life step by step. She launched the Katie Piper Foundation in 2009, a charity dedicated to supporting burn survivors and people living with scars. She became a best-selling author, writing books like Beautiful, where she described her recovery and the mental strength it required. She appeared on television, including Strictly Come Dancing in 2018, and became a panelist on Loose Women. Her courage was recognized at the highest levels. In 2022, Katie Piper was awarded an OBE, an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, for her services to charity and survivors of burns and disfigurement. But despite the recognition, Katie has been honest about her ongoing struggles. As recently as 2025, she revealed that she continues to view her health as a full-time job. After more than 17 years of treatment, she is now beginning the process of being fitted with an artificial eye. She speaks openly about the toll of constant surgeries, hospital visits, and the mental resilience it requires to keep moving forward. Katie's story is not just about one attack. It is about a wider issue. Across the world, acid attacks continue to devastate lives. The majority of victims are women, often targeted for rejecting advances, resisting control, or simply trying to live independently. Acid is not used to kill. It is used to destroy, to disfigure, and to punish. It is a weapon of control, designed to leave its victims alive, but scarred forever. Through her voice and her foundation, Katie has raised awareness about these crimes and campaigned for tighter laws. She has shone a light on the need for better support systems, medical, psychological, and financial, for survivors. She has shown that while scars may remain on the body, they do not have to define the soul. Katie Piper's life today is a testament to resilience. She is a mother, a presenter, a writer, and an advocate. She has turned tragedy into purpose, using her platform to remind the world that beauty is not just skin deep, that courage, kindness, and strength can outshine even the deepest scars. Her story is one of unimaginable suffering, but it is also one of hope. Katie Piper proves that even in the face of cruelty, a human being can rise again. She proves that scars do not make someone weak, they are the mark of a survivor. And above all, she proves that no act of violence, no matter how brutal, can destroy the will to live and to fight for a better future. This is the story of Katie Piper, a survivor, a fighter, and a voice for countless others still waiting to be heard.